Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP, and once again, this is the 7-day chart. We're sitting here just under 56 cents. But if you look at the 7-day chart, for the most part, we've been going sideways with small upward movements. But you know, right now, excitement is coming back to crypto. I've seen people all day long saying, look at this crypto popping off. Look at that crypto popping off. And I know for XRP holders, that can be discouraging. But you got to remind yourself, XRP moves last. But when it does, it really moves. It's going to be a very exciting time. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse said he would certainly welcome an XRP ETF. Take a listen.
So you would welcome an XRP ETF then?
We would certainly welcome it, and I think it's inevitable that there'll be, multiple ETFs around different tokens. And I think,
I'm not so concerned about an ETF or an IPO. I'm banking on XRP's utility to move the price of XRP. If an ETF brings value to XRP, then so be it. But I just never seen the need for one. And I really didn't want to ever see BlackRock get involved with XRP. Ripple vs. SEC attorney reveals key details on the next important date. Now, like I said, nothing big happened today. Everybody was saying it's all going to be done and over with on February 20th. And here we are still tied up with the SEC. So looking ahead, March 13th through April 29th marks the next significant phase in the lawsuit, during which parties will submit their respective briefs about remedies litigation. Following this period, the court will determine the appropriate penalty for Ripple's alleged violations. But that doesn't mean that this case can't end sooner. It could happen at any moment. And I honestly believe it's going to happen when we all least expect it. And I've been saying that, everybody's always focused on this day and that day. Those days come and go. XRP's going to move when we all least expect it. Some people want to wait until the SEC lawsuit is officially over to get XRP. They think it's better. False. Once it's fully over, it will be too late for the average investor to purchase it. Watch the exchanges run out of XRP when the truth behind the escrow is revealed. A lot of people believe that escrow is going to be released once the lawsuit ends. I've seen that talked about multiple times. They said that escrow is going to end up in the hands of the Fed, the IMF, and the BIS. But time will tell. Right now, it's just speculation. But if that case was to end and you didn't buy XRP yet, you're going to be paying a higher price for XRP because it's going to move so fast when that happens. Cardano founder says XRP community has zero evidence that someone bribed the SEC and they don't want peace. This is exactly why I don't talk about ADA and I don't invest in ADA. If Charles just said nothing, it would be better than most of the dumb shit that comes out of his mouth. Because we all know what happened. We all know everything that led up to Ripple ending up in this lawsuit. He says you have zero evidence to support the conspiracy theory that someone bribed the U.S. government to go after the XRP community. If you have evidence, please present it. Now, I don't know if there was a bribe that took place, but they had to slow Ripple and XRP down. That's what that whole case was about. So JP Morgan could try to come up with an alternative to XRP. But the problem is JP Morgan failed in that attempt. And soon that case is going to come to an end and XRP is going to skyrocket. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse says many politicians don't really understand how crypto works, and he's 100% right. Take a listen to this.
as you probably know, Ripple, Andreessen Horowitz, and Coinbase put together a super PAC, and we've each put $25 million behind it to support candidates that are pro-crypto and pro-constructive regulation and engagement, really being pro-innovation but protecting consumers at the same time. I think that for a lot of politicians, crypto's become a soundbite where they don't really understand how crypto works, and they say things that actually don't even back up with facts. So, I do think it's a campaign issue. Ripple has leaned into that. I personally, my donations are bipartisan, but certainly pro-crypto, and that'll continue to be the case.
I like what Brad said there. Bipartisan, but pro-crypto. And he's willing to put $25 million behind pro-crypto candidates. And you know who's about to find out about crypto? Elizabeth Warren. She's about to find out the facts from Johnny Deaton. Elizabeth Warren is in full-fledged panic mode. We must all band together to support Johnny Deaton. She knows we can win. It's official. John Deaton, a well-funded Republican, has launched a campaign to run against me for Senate in Massachusetts. Apparently, the MAGA Republican machine couldn't find a single Republican in Massachusetts to run against me. So they brought in someone from Rhode Island who will have the backing of the GOP and special interest groups. Now, I never looked at Johnny Deaton as a MAGA Republican. The guy seems like a stand-up guy and a family guy as well. But he also stands up for the XRP community. He's fighting back against all the corruption that goes on inside of our government. New from me, Elizabeth Warren rallies donors as Marine veteran crypto attorney John Deaton announces Senate challenge. And in here again, she goes on to talk about how he's a well-funded Republican who says, trying to stop us from taxing the wealthy, regulating big banks, and making our government work for working people. She also asked donors to pitch in $28 or anything you can. She got rich in Washington. She's not for the American people. It's the same reason that she's been trying to hold innovation back by crushing crypto in the United States at the same time. Plus, she doesn't even think me or you should be holding crypto at all. She doesn't want to see us get rich off of our crypto holdings. And she wants to know exactly how much crypto we hold as well, so she could tax us accordingly. It's time for someone to take her job. And I think Johnny Deaton is capable of doing that. What do you all think? Put it in the comments section down below. And this is what Johnny Deaton had to say. First, it was schoolyard bullies. Then it was greedy corporations and the SEC. And now I'm taking on Washington elites. And that's exactly what Elizabeth Warren is. She doesn't get paid enough money to support her bank account. She made millions and millions of dollars while she was there in Washington. Where did all that money come from? The big banks, and we all know it. Ripple CTO David Schwartz explains how 40.7 billion XRP and Escrow can be burned if it's ever needed. He says if you define burn the escrow to mean ensure that no XRP from the escrow can ever get into circulation, then Ripple could do that unilaterally by black holing the account the escrow cancels into. Now, I said this time and time again. People always think that if Ripple burns that escrow, right away the price of XRP is going to skyrocket. Sure, it might move up in value, but it's not going to last. We've seen it happen with XLM. It's not going to be any different for XRP. That escrow, in my honest opinion, I think is going to end up in the hands of the central banks. I think most likely the Fed will get control of some of that escrow. But everybody thinks that you burn something and because there's less of it, right away the price surges. But I'm telling you, the escrow really doesn't matter. And if it was ever released out into the market, the whales would buy it all up and they would manipulate the price of XRP going forward. Now, a lot of you would say, well, isn't that what Ripple is doing right now by releasing that escrow? But you got to remember, Ripple is also buying back a good portion of that escrow. I honestly think they're just keeping the price of XRP stable to attract more partnerships. Ripple isn't going to replace Swift. Swift is going to become Ripple. As new forms of value transfer, such as tokenization and digital assets, come to the fore, a common standard in ISO will be especially important to avoid fragmentation. That comes from Rachel Levy, Global Head of Innovation and Engineering, Swift. You know, I think what we're going to see is a merge of Ripple and Swift together, or Swift is going to utilize RippleNet technology and XRP. But no matter how you look at this, no matter how it plays out, this is going to make us rich. That's what it comes down to. All roads lead to XRP. Mika, full implementation in 2024. Also, Operation Choke Point 2.0, or better known as government's method of cutting off retail from crypto. Bet you didn't know FedNow is going to be used to deplatform crypto businesses via Operation Choke Point 2.0. Compete for liquidity. And you see, FedNow may only speed up the process of fiat to crypto inflows, making it more convenient. However, in the condition of using FedNow is for banks to deplatform crypto businesses via Operation Choke Point 2.0. The decentralized blockchain space may find itself in a liquidity bind. It may also happen that banks would have to conform to other conditions when using FedNow, placing integrated FedNow banks into an advantageous position. And then if you go on to read through this, it tells you not to be left behind. Europe recently began its countdown to groundbreaking markets and crypto assets regulation. MiCA license regulation slated for full implementation in 2024. So are they going to try to keep us out of crypto? That's what we all need to be asking ourselves. That's why I always tell you, get your crypto off the exchanges. Put it in a cold wallet. This way you can store your own crypto. If they go after the exchanges and they shut down the exchanges in the future through regulations and more rules, at least you already hold crypto. And the one thing that always worried me, like I told you in the past, is selling our crypto and not being able to buy back in. Because I think we're going to, once regulations come, it's going to look a lot different for retail investors. That's why I was always hoping that someone that writes these crypto regulations keeps the retail investor involved. This way we can continue to invest in the crypto into the future. But if they have their way, we will all be out of crypto because they don't think we should be holding these cryptocurrencies. Super rich, not famous, and anonymous is a beautiful way to live. You know, once I get rich off of XRP, that's exactly my path. That's what I want to do. I don't want to be famous. I want to stay anonymous, and I just want to be rich. And I'm not even going to show that I'm rich. I'm going to live conservatively. And I said that multiple times because that's been the plan for me. And maybe I come out and make one video a week or 3 videos a week, you know, to keep the new investors going until they get rich off of their crypto holdings. I don't know what the future holds. But, you know, as we get closer to a time where XRP is going to show its full potential, you got to stay patient along the way. I see people on a daily basis saying, I think I'm going to get out of XRP. The stress is overwhelming. It's not that the stress is overwhelming. You don't know what you hold. If you truly know what you hold, you would live stress-free holding XRP. That's the way I look at it because you're already rich. You're just waiting for it to happen. And I think the finish line is so close now because everything's coming together. Regulations are happening now. Everything with the banks, that's all going to be taken care of. First, we're going to see consolidations happen. Then we're going to see CBDCs go live around the world. And they're going to utilize XRP in between these CBDCs. And along the way, as we're watching XRP climb up in price, there's going to be ways that you can earn passive income. There's going to be more and more ways to do that as time goes on. because nobody's really going to want to sell XRP at that point. You're better off lending it out and getting interest off of your crypto. But until it all happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.